regular day on the job, even more so in this case.
Wow.
Okay, now for a look at what's still ahead on the Today Show.
This morning on the third hour of Today, Chanel gets an exclusive first look at the Philadelphia Eagles' new holiday album and talked to Jason Kelsey about who he hopes might be on the next one. Plus, the real-life places that inspired our favorite spooky movies like Ghostbusters and The Shining, and a live performance from gospel singer Kirk Franklin. That's all coming up this morning on the third hour of Today.
Lots to look forward to there. The Philadelphia Eagles, though, they're playing pretty well. Now they can focus on other things, I guess, as we see there. We'll have to watch on the Today Show coming up.
That'll be so fun. All right, thanks for watching early today. I'm Frances Rivera.
And I'm Philip Mena. Be safe. Have a great Monday. See you tomorrow.
Edmonton, thank you for watching WNKY NBC 40.
If you've been injured, Morgan & Morgan makes starting a claim easy. You don't even have to leave your couch. Done. Just dial pound law or go to forthepeople.com to get started. Now back to this.
Car wreck? When you get Hughes & Coleman, it can make a big difference. Here's what I mean. Insurance offer, $3,000. Our result, $156,000. Insurance offer, $0. Our result, $385,000. Insurance offer, $300,000. Our result, $1 million. After an accident, if you want to get the money you deserve, get Hughes & Coleman and get it done. Call 800-800-4600.
Name a food you might make edible underwear out of.
Salmon.
Teriyaki. Sharing the fun.
Weeknights at 5 and 6:30 on CBS 40.
Good Monday morning. I'm News 40 meteorologist Darius Mack. Well, after a beautiful weekend of spectacular weather, I am going to be tracking a frigid morning to start, but warmer temperatures are on the way. I'll run the numbers with your 7-day forecast. That's all included in your News 40 Weather Authority full forecast. But News 40 Sunrise starts right now.
Coming up on News 40 Sunrise, it's World Osteoporosis Day, a time dedicated to raising awareness about a disease that affects millions of Americans. We'll find out what doctors say you can do to keep your bones healthy. Then we'll see why some restaurant owners say a social media presence can make or break a potential business. Plus, I'll see the sights and spooks of one hauntingly interesting local museum in this week's edition of Tommy on the Town. News 40 Sunrise starts right now. Good morning and thank you for joining us here for News 40 Sunrise. I'm Tommy Modesto. Let's start off with our top stories. We begin with disturbing new details in a Bowling Green murder case. We are learning that 25-year-old David Prophet is facing additional charges connected to the death of 22-year-old Alexandra Hemmen. Court records show that in addition to murder, Prophet is now charged with strangulation, abuse of a corpse, theft, and forgery. Bowling Green police say that on August 12th, Prophet and Hemmen got into an argument at their apartment on Winter Circle. Police say that during the argument, Prophet strangled Hemmen with his hands, but eventually let her go. Authorities say that as Hemmen was collecting her things and trying to leave, Prophet then put his arm around her throat and killed her. BGPD says that before leaving the apartment, Prophet had intercourse with Hemmen's body. Police say that Prophet then took off in Hemmen's car to Indianapolis and forged 3 checks from Hemmen's account before he was arrested in Indiana on August 23rd. Prophet is expected in court on October 30th, and News 40 will continue to follow this disturbing story. Switching gears now to much lighter news, we look to the events from over the weekend where Bowling Green and the Fairness Campaign hosted a Pride Festival downtown. All kinds of local vendors came together to show support for the LGBTQ community of the city of Bowling Green. The event had live music and a Pride March as well. For the executive director of the Fairness Program, Chris Hartman, the turnout gets bigger each year.
We always have thousands of folks come out. We do think this Pride is going to be the biggest and the best ever, and I think it's going to keep on growing in that way. I mean, we had to cut off vendors at a certain point this year just because we have so many folks looking to participate in Bowling Green Pride. It's one of the biggest festivals in Kentucky.
And if you missed out this year, do not worry. The Fairness Campaign is always hosting events throughout the year. To learn more about what's coming up, you can visit their website, fairness.org/bowlinggreen. And Bowling Green stayed busy this weekend as the Bowling Green Ballpark hosted this year's Bourbon and Brew Fest on Saturday. The event had craft, bourbon, beer, and all kinds of things with breweries, distilleries, and craft vendors from all over the place. Bowling Green Hot Rods General Manager Kyra Wolz shared his thoughts on this great event.
Yeah, so the idea behind the festival is to pay tribute to the rich heritage bourbon in Kentucky, as well as our local craft breweries, and then our local craft vendors. And, you know, we have over 20 distilleries here today, 15 breweries, as well as over 20 craft vendors that you can shop while you're here to enjoy the overall experience.
Be sure to look at the Bowling Green Ballpark's event calendar to see all of the great events they have coming up for the rest of the year. You can find them at milb.com/bowlinggreen. And also on Saturday, the Soki Fairgrounds welcomed the Guarantee Pest Control Disney Trunk or Treat. People from all around Bowling Green were able to enjoy some candy from local vendors and even see inside of a fire truck. Vendors dressed up as Toy Story, Ghostbusters, Hocus Pocus, and so much more. For organizer India Blankenship and Katie O'Callahan of Fireman Lawn Care, it's fun to see everyone enjoy the Halloween festivities.
We're here at Disney Trunk or Treat. There's over 60 different local businesses that just wanted to give back to the community. You can look around, everybody's dressed up in all these different costumes.
We're so excited to be a part of this event tonight to give back to the community and see everyone, and again, just be the hands and foot of Jesus and just share this fun event, safe for the kids, and try to give out as much candy as we possibly can. Yes.
This is the 5th year for the Trunk or Treat hosted by Guarantee Pest Control, and they're expecting an even bigger crowd of kiddos for next year. And now let's look at your top stories. Now let's check in with meteorologist Darius Mack for a check of your forecast. Darius, how's it looking out there?
Well, Tommy, it's feeling cold out there as far as how things look out there. We got a mix of a few clouds, but temperatures are into the 40s right now. It's 38 degrees in Glasgow, 35 there into Woodbury this hour. So some areas of patchy frost, especially in those outlying areas, is a good bet this morning. We have those winds that are flowing in from the east, generally a light wind and calm wind out there. Radar dry and quiet, and that is going to be the case as we go throughout the day today. That's all associated with this area of high pressure that is in control, so that's going to keep things nice and dry for us. And really, as we go through the week, I'm not really tracking much in the way of rain chances. The big story, although it's a frigid morning, is going to be the warmer temperatures that are on the way, especially above normal temperatures. We're tracking some unseasonal warmth this week. The PM drive, temperatures into the 70s with a mix of sun and clouds. Your Weather on the Fours is brought to you by Deborah Bros, attorneys at law.
WNKY News 40, broadcasting live from the German American Bank studio in downtown Bowling Green. Join the WNKY News 40 weather team. Visit WNKY.com to become a weather watcher.
Car wreck? Get Hughes & Coleman and get it done. Insurance companies are making it tougher than ever for car accident victims, charging higher premiums and then trying to shortchange you on your injury claim. But no matter what they do, one fact remains. On average, car accident victims with a lawyer get over 3 times more money than those without one. Now that you know the facts, don't settle for less. Get Hughes & Coleman and get it done. Call 800-800-4600.
Nice. DraftKings Sportsbook is live in Kentucky. You'll be so dialed into every play that you forget to eat your wings. You made my wings cold, DraftKings. Flailing your arms like you can disrupt the free throw. Miss, fool! And a home run will have you crying like it's the birth of your child. I'm so happy.
DraftKings Sportsbook is live in Kentucky. New customers, download the app now and bet $5 to get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Because life's more fun when you're in on the action. The crown is yours.
Yeah.
Hey y'all, it's Bree with the Pie Queen's Pantry. Join me this week and we're gonna talk about Halloween fun treats. We're gonna be making my mummy fudge hand pies. See you this week on the Pie Queen's Pantry.
Injured in a car accident? At Flora, Templeton Stewart Accident Injury Lawyers, we're dedicated to getting the maximum value for our injured clients. Experience. Only our top attorneys will represent you. Personal representation, local attorneys who care. Commitment to our clients. Get maximum value. Call Flora, Templeton Stewart for big results with local top attorneys.
WNKY News 40 is always on at WNKY.com.
Welcome back to News 40 Sunrise. It is 8 minutes past the hour, and now time for Living Well, brought to you by Spring Hill Pharmacy. It's World Osteoporosis Day, a time dedicated to raising awareness about a disease that affects millions of Americans, causing bones to become brittle and fragile and can lead to fractures and pain. In today's Living Well, News 40's Morgan Hoover has more on how you can keep your skeleton safe.
It's a common bone disease, and osteoporosis is undertreated and underdiagnosed.
It makes you more susceptible to fracturing your bones, breaking bones with minimal to no trauma.
As our age goes up, our bone mass can go down, especially in women after menopause, says Dr. Christine Jablonski with Orlando Health.
90% of our skeleton is built when we are young. So we have until our 20s, maybe our 30s to build up to our peak bone mass.
Jablonski says to remember bones to keep your skeleton safe and avoid scary injuries. B is for body weight. Being under or overweight can impact bone density and quality. Maintaining a healthy weight is key. O, no more than 1 drink a day, as chronic heavy alcohol use can affect bone health and raise risk of osteoporosis later in life. N, no smoking, as it weakens bones. E, exercise.
Resistance training with lighter weights if you do have osteoporosis, so you're not putting too much stress on your spine.
Finally, S is for supplements. Calcium and vitamin D are both critical to improve and maintain bone mass. If you're not getting enough in your diet, Jablonski recommends 1,000 milligrams daily for younger women and men under the age of 70, and 1,200 milligrams a day for postmenopausal women and men over 70. For vitamin D, the recommended dose is between 400 and 800 international units daily based on age. For WNKY News 40, I'm Noah Fairber.
After years of increases, the rate of firearm-related homicides in the United States has decreased slightly in 2022. That's according to new data from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. This is the first time the national firearm homicide rate has fallen since the start of the COVID-19 pandemic. Between 2019 and 2020, the overall firearm homicide rate increased by about 35%. And coming up next on News 40 Sunrise, 2 American hostages have been released from Gaza. We'll see how politicians are planning on getting the rest home.
Plus, unseasonably warm weather is in store for us this week. I'll show you where the numbers are in the 7-day forecast.
The $250,000 mega draw is here at the Mint Gaming Hall Bowling Green. Win by matching just 1 number and match all 6 for $250,000 cash. Drawing Saturdays in October every hour from 5 to 8 p.m. Only at the Mint Gaming Hall Bowling Green.
Wow, incredible.
Oh my God, you killed Reba.
All right. 2 steals. Fight.
Come on, Stefani. I'm not scared of you. I am.
The Voice, new tonight on NBC and streaming on Peacock.
Jamil, how much trouble are you in?
I have to call you?
You're alone, Sharks. You're not going to professor your way out of this. I don't believe in luck. I got a plan.
The Irrational, tonight on NBC and streaming on Peacock.
Get a little spooky at the inaugural Pumpkin 5K Run and Walk, October 28th at Buchanan Park. Come out and enjoy character meet and greets, bouncy houses, food trucks, and cheer runners on. For more info, visit warrenpl.org.
Join the WNKY News 40 weather team. Visit WNKY.com to become a weather watcher.
Have big dreams for your space? When looking for home decor ideas, you want BG Home Furnishings.
BG Home Furnishings designers are here to bring your dream home to life with one-on-one design help. Personalized advice from the best has never been this easy, accessible, and valuable. The BG at Home team handpicks from over 100 brands to create a selection of furniture and home decor that is tailored to your style.
Call us today to set up your free in-home design consultation.
It's scary amounts of fun.
Is your favorite thing Pennywise the Clown? That's my favorite person. It's not terrifying at all.
On the all-new game show.
Is this movie Psycho?
Person, place, or thing.
On WNKY, NBC 40.
The $250,000 mega draw is here at the Mint Gaming Hall Bowling Green. Win by matching just 1 number and match all 6 for $250,000 cash. Drawing Saturdays in October every hour from 5 to 8 p.m. Only at the Mint Gaming Hall Bowling Green.
Airstrikes intensified over the weekend as humanitarian aid convoys began entering Gaza through the Rafah border crossing in Egypt. People on the ground and experts around the world say it's not nearly enough to meet the overwhelming need. Meanwhile, hostages taken from Israel still languish under Hamas control. Bree Jackson has the latest from Washington.
A sense of relief following the release of 2 Americans held in Gaza, Judith Renan and her 17-year-old daughter, Natalie. President Biden speaking with them from the White House.
I just want to say thank you for your services for Israel.
Well, look, that's been long serving. I'm just delighted we're able to get you out. We've been working on it a long time. We're gonna get them all out, God willing.
The Biden administration is still working to secure the release of all the other hostages taken by Hamas terrorists. The U.S. is also increasing its military presence in the region, which includes deploying advanced missile defense systems.
And this is not by way of, in terms of what we're doing by provocation. It's designed to deter, designed to make clear that no one should use this moment in any way to escalate.
As the fighting intensifies, senators visiting Tel Aviv denounced Hamas's attacks.
I just want to say that I grieve with all who have suffered losses, not just Israelis, but Palestinians. They are victims of Hamas as well.
There's a bipartisan push to keep humanitarian aid and other help flowing.
We know there's support in the House, and we think we will get this done, and we'll get it done in a timely way.
It's not only in the interests of the countries of this region, it's in America's interests, it's in the interests of our world.
The U.S. moving more military resources to the Middle East with the hopes of preventing this conflict from spreading.
It's 14 minutes past the hour. Weather on the 4th to get you out the door. Brought to you by Deborah Bros, attorneys at law. We start off with radar this morning. It's dry and quiet out there. It's a clean sweep. We had a pretty nice weekend. The weather was beautiful, nice and sunny. Hopefully you were able to get out and about and enjoy the nice weather. If you didn't get a chance to do that, it's okay because this week is also looking pretty nice as well. As far as things go, we're pretty dry here across the Commonwealth. Meanwhile, towards north and west, they're dealing with some showers and maybe even some storms there towards Wisconsin and that area. But meanwhile, for us, we're going to stay pretty dry. It's a frigid start to the morning with numbers generally running into the 40s out there, even some 30s in some of those outlying areas. Barron County thermometer at 38 degrees. It's 35 degrees. There at the Butler County thermometer, Gamelia currently sitting at 39 degrees. We also have those dew points not far from the air temperatures, so you're likely meeting some areas of fog, and also the potential for some frost is there, especially in those areas like Woodbury, where it's currently 35 degrees. Winds are generally light and calm this morning to start off, so thankfully not too much of an extra chill out there, but it regardless is a frigid morning. Area of high pressure that's going to be in control. It's going to keep things dry for us today. We may notice some clouds that will start to filter in, but otherwise we should remain dry as we go throughout the day. The big story this week is the unseasonal warmth that's all associated with this upper level ridge pattern. What that's going to do is that's going to usher in those warmer winds from the south, and it's going to keep things pretty nice and unseasonably warm for us. In fact, we're expecting high temperatures to run at least 5 degrees or more above normal as we go throughout the next stretch of days. So notice our normal high temperature around this time of year, 70 degrees. So we are expecting temperatures to stay rather warm, even some upper 70s. By Thursday and Friday, we could also see numbers flirt close to 80, or if not reach 80 degrees sometime this week. As we go throughout the rest of the day today, by 9 a.m. we're at 50 degrees. We got clouds moving in. Otherwise, today, again, it's going to stay pretty dry. Temperatures are going to be somewhere around the middle 70s this afternoon. We'll have a few passing clouds overnight tonight, and that will keep temperatures relatively milder compared to this morning, with numbers generally staying somewhere into the 50s and perhaps upper 40s out there. We walk you through your Tuesday morning. We're starting off dry once again. We've got more clouds on the increase. Temperatures still trending warm. In fact, this model run showing temperatures in the upper 70s, in possibly approaching 80. We'll see what happens. happens. I think we'll stay somewhere into the middle and upper 70s for those highs on your Tuesday. It's going to be pretty nice, though. As we go for your Wednesday, notice there's some rain towards our north, but still we're going to remain pretty dry. And that's because we're locked under that ridge pattern. It's going to keep things dry for us for the most part. Your Pestcast this week brought to you by Guarantee Pest Control. Hey, the weather's nice. Those pests are going to be out too if you want to be outside. So just keep that in mind. We're looking at high activity levels for that as we go throughout the next several days. Here's that 7-day forecast, and temperatures are expected to stay pretty warm out there. We are going to be into the upper 70s and overnight lows in the 50s and 60s. We're back with more News 40 Sunrise after this.
At first, I used Better Than Bouillon for broth, and then stir fries, sauces, even marinades. And now there's the culinary collection. Italian herb for pasta, smoky chipotle for fajitas. It's like the deliciousness never ends. Make everything better with Better Than Bouillon.
Teens have drama. One more minute. Braces add more drama.
Oh, how does anyone do this?
Invisalign is better oral hygiene and no drama.
The nursing home was supposed to keep your loved ones safe, no exceptions. Even in extreme circumstances, the basic standards must be met, no excuses. Bed sores, broken bones, malnutrition, and dehydration are just some of the warning signs of a nursing home that's not doing what they're supposed to do. If you suspect your loved one is the victim of nursing home neglect, get Hughes and Coleman and get it done. Call 800-800-4600. The safety of your loved one is all that matters.
With FanDuel, every night is a watch party. When new customers bet $5 to get $200 back in bonus bets. Bet all the stars with all your friends. Only on FanDuel.
I'm a native Kentuckian. What I love about Kentucky is its people. It's hardworking people. To hear Daniel Cameron say that he's going to take away health care from 95,000 Kentuckians, these are people with jobs, working parents. How does taking health care away make our state better? Cameron is just recycling old Matt Bevin policies. I don't think he understands me. Don't think he understands my family. A governor should look after people, not go after their health care. Daniel Cameron is just wrong for Kentucky.
WNKY News 40 is always on at WNKY.com.
You never know who you're helping by sharing your story.
Don't let nobody hold you down.
Teachers make all the difference in the world. And Blake people think y'all look alike.
You can be our son.
I love Jennifer.
Ladies, let's go. It don't matter.
WNKY NBC 40.
Spirit Airlines canceled nearly 100 flights over the weekend. The budget airline is pulling planes out of service for what it calls necessary inspections. Spirit says the disruption is expected to last several days and has warned passengers to check their flight status before heading to the airport. Martin Scorsese's Killers of the Flower Moon had a strong opening weekend, but it wasn't enough to overtake Taylor Swift The Eras Tour. The Swift concert film grossed around $31 million to hold on to the top spot over the weekend, according to AMC Theaters. Scorsese's historical film about the Osage killings took in around $23 million. Killers of the Flower Moon is distributed by Paramount Pictures, which has the same parent company as CBS News. And Chipotle has announced its popular burrito deal will be back this Halloween. Chipotle Loyalty Rewards members can get $6 burritos, salads, tacos, and other entrees on October 31st from 3 p.m. through closing at locations nationwide using that code BURRITO. That's your CBS News Money Watch report. For more, log on to cbsmoneywatch.com. At the CBS Broadcast Center, I'm Courtney Keeley.
Tesla is recalling tens of thousands of its newer model vehicles due to a potential brake fluid safety issue. According to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, the recall affects nearly 55,000 of the Model X vehicles from 2021 to 2023. The vehicle can fail to detect low brake fluid and will not display a warning light. The agency says that as a result, the vehicle could have a reduced braking performance that could increase the risk of crashing. Tesla has released a software update free of charge to correct this issue. Owners of the affected vehicles will be notified in the mail beginning December 12th. And social media can make or break a business, including restaurants. Naomi Ruckham takes a look at what happens when a business goes viral.
The Lexington Candy Shop has been serving food and floats on New York's Upper East Side for 98 years. The restaurant that predates television saw business boom last year when this TikTok video of a Coke float being made scored millions of views.
So that was 3 o'clock in the afternoon. At 3:30, 4 o'clock, people started lining up.
And sales of Coke floats went from 70 a week to 2,000.
It's like a tidal wave.
Next is the hot Cheeto burger. When this video from Me So Hungry hit TikTok in 2020, Fatima's Grill in Los Angeles became a social media sensation. Since then, the company has opened 7 more locations.
Beef brisket hot dog.
And last year, millions watched this food review of Aunt Bill's in Texas.
This is one of the best hot dogs I've ever had in my life.
Now business at Aunt Bill's has quadrupled. But becoming an instant trend can be both a blessing and a curse. Just ask Dominique Ansel, whose culinary invention took off 10 years ago.
It was very overwhelming, I have to say.
In 2013, Ansel introduced the cronut. Well before TikTok, his creation went viral through traditional media.
Go for it.
Like TV.
The croissant donut hybrid that has people willing to wait for hours.
Ansel says he had to quickly hire new people and decided to limit the amount of cronuts he made.
Oh, you have to keep the quality.
He now has stores in Hong Kong and Las Vegas. And a decade later, people still line up at his original Manhattan bakery, a viral sensation with staying power.
It's now time for a quick check of your forecast. Today's forecast features, we have Ralphie, and Ralphie says it is a chilly morning out there. Temperatures are into the 40s, and we got a mix of clouds. As far as those temperatures go, numbers generally, again, in the 40s out there, but some locations are in the 30s. It's 39 degrees in Glasgow, 35 currently there into Woodbury. So, yeah, it is a frigid start. Some areas of some patchy frost is possible out there, especially towards Butler County. We do have those winds that are flowing in from the east. It's around an area of high pressure. It's keeping things dry for us, and it's going to really serve up some nice weather our way. In fact, temperatures are expected to trend above normal by this afternoon. We'll be somewhere into the 70s. Don't go anywhere. News 40 Sunrise continues after this.
If you've been injured, Morgan & Morgan's fee is free. If you don't win your case, you pay nothing. It's easy. Just dial Pound Law or go to forthepeople.com to get started. I think I'm starting to get this.
You want to experience the deep passes? The hard hits? The touchdowns? Couch is the place to see it all.
Hilltopper football hosts the Liberty Flames on Tuesday, October 24th, and it's a blackout. Purchase your tickets today. Go Tops!
Everyone loves more of a good thing.
And more.
And Miss Moore was no different. As her name suggested, she loved more. More?
More.
So when Miss Moore was injured, she called Morgan & Morgan. With more lawyers, more offices, and more than $15 billion recovered, she didn't have to ask for more anymore. When you're injured, you deserve more.
One more?
Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
Name an animal the wife doesn't mind her husband calling her.
How about Iggy?
Fella, don't do that.
Family Feud, weeknights at 5 and 6:30 on CBS 40. A deputy was injured on duty. News 40 shows you how you can help. When Warren County broke ground on innovation, News 40 took you there.
The students may be starting here, but there is no telling where they'll go once they have this experience.
After a local church group was caught in conflict territory, News 40 showed their return. As spooky local attractions open up for Halloween, News 40 brought you the scares.
WNKY News 40, because local matters. Welcome back. It's a frigid start to the morning, frosty for some, but I am going to be tracking above normal temperatures later throughout this week. That's all included in your News 40 Weather Authority forecast. The time is 6:27. Here's another look at top stories.
Good morning and thank you for joining us here for News 40 Sunrise. I'm Tommy Modesto. Let's continue with our top stories. We begin with disturbing new details in a Bowling Green murder case. We are learning that 25-year-old David Prophet is facing additional charges connected to the death of 22-year-old Alexandra Hemmond. Court records show that in addition to murder, Prophet is now charged with strangulation, abuse of a corpse, theft, and forgery. Bowling Green police say that on August 12th, Prophet and Hemmond got into an argument at their apartment on Winter Circle. Police say that during the argument, Prophet strangled Hemmond with his hands, but eventually let her go. Authorities say that as Hemmond was collecting her things and trying to leave, Prophet put his arm around her throat and then killed her. BGPD says that before leaving the apartment, Prophet had intercourse with Hemmond's body. Police say that Prophet then took off in Hemmond's car to Indianapolis and forged 3 checks from Hemmond's account before he was arrested in Indiana on August 23rd. Prophet is expected in court on October 30th, and News 40 will continue to follow this disturbing story. And switching gears now to much lighter news, we look to events from over the weekend where Bowling Green and the Fairness Campaign hosted a Pride Festival downtown. All kinds of local vendors came together to show their support of the LGBTQ community in the city of Bowling Green. The event had live music and a Pride March as well. For the executive director of the Fairness Program, Chris Hartman, the turnout gets bigger each year.
We always have thousands of folks come out. We do think this Pride is going to be the biggest and the best ever, and I think it's going to keep on growing in that way. I mean, we had to cut off vendors at a certain point this year just because we have so many folks looking to participate in Bowling Green Pride. It's one of the biggest festivals in Kentucky.
And if you missed out this year, do not worry. The Fairness Campaign is always hosting events throughout the year. To learn more about what's coming up, you can visit their website, fairness.org/bowlinggreen. And Bowling Green stayed busy this weekend as the Bowling Green Ballpark hosted this year's Bourbon and Brew Fest on Saturday. The event had craft bourbon, beer, and all kinds of things with breweries and distilleries and craft vendors from all over. Bowling Green Hot Rods General Manager Kyle Wolz shared his thoughts on this great event.
Yeah, so the idea behind the festival is to pay tribute to the rich heritage bourbon in Kentucky, as well as our local craft breweries and then our local craft vendors. And, you know, we have over 20 distilleries here today, 15 breweries, as well as over 20 craft vendors that you can shop while you're here to enjoy the overall experience.
Be sure to look at the Bowling Green Ballpark's event calendar to see all of the great events they have coming up for the rest of the year. You can find them at milb.com/bowlinggreen. And also on Saturday, the Soki Fairgrounds welcomed the Guaranteed Pest Control Disney Trunk or Treat. People from all around Bowling Green were able to enjoy some candy from local vendors and even see inside of a fire truck. Vendors dressed up as Toy Story, Ghostbusters, Hocus Pocus, and so much more. For organizer India Blankenship and Katie O'Callahan of Fireman Lawn Care, it's fun to see everyone enjoy the Halloween festivities.
We're here at Disney Trunk or Treat. There's over 60 different local businesses that just wanted to give back to the community. You can look around, everybody's dressed up in all these different costumes.
We're so excited to be a part of this event tonight to give back to the community and see everyone, and again, just be the hands and foot of Jesus and just share this fun event, safe for the kids, and try to give out as much candy as we possibly can. Yes.
This is the 5th year for the Trunk or Treat hosted by Guaranteed Pest Control, and they are expecting an even bigger crowd of kiddos next year. And now is another look at your top stories. Now it's time to see who needs a forever home in today's Pet of the Day.
It's time for Pet of the Day, brought to you by Morgantown Bank and Trust. I'm here today with Sasha. She is 10 years old. She is a guardian surrender. She'd probably be best for a quiet home as a single cat. She's a little shy. She takes a little while to get warmed up, but she will be a great companion to have. If you'd like to adopt Sasha, please come to Bowling Green, Warren County Humane Society.
Oh, look at Sasha.
Meowsers. It's my turn.
Okay.
It's my turn.
Way
Still in your line there. But Sasha looks absolutely adorable. Clearly a bit of a chill kitten. Likes to just kind of hang out, just lays around, a little adventurous. But if you're looking for an absolutely adorable cat, be sure to adopt Sasha today from the Bowling Green, Warren County Humane Society.
Well, coming up after the break, I'm going to help you plan out your Monday the News 40 way. Don't go anywhere.
The competition is on. This is nerve-wracking.
Do you have what it takes for Jeopardy? Weeknights at 6 on NBC 40.
J.C. Kirby & Son Funeral Chapels, when a person comes in and does their pre-arrangement, I can see it over the years that I've worked in this, how much it eases the family's minds. If you have 4 people, they have 4 different ideas of what they want. This settles that to where they say if that's what mom wanted, that's what dad wanted. You can see the relief on a lot of families' faces because all you do is say, what time do you want the funeral? What time do you want the visitation? And they can spend more time with their family members and friends in the grieving process. It just really takes a lot of burden off your family.
Insurance companies have a favorite kind of accident victim. The ones that take the first offer and don't ask questions. So which kind are you? Get Hughes & Coleman and get it done.
Prepare your child for a bright future by exploring fun at the Born Learning Trails. Each Born Learning Trail has a series of 10 interactive signs that offer fun and active learning activities for young children and their families.
Fly around and tweet.
United Way of Southern Kentucky invites you to explore a free trail near you today. Visit uwsk.org for a full list of park locations and to learn more. Happy trails!
When you come in and open an account with us, you can choose to have a shelter pet card. Whenever you use that card and swipe it as a credit transaction, it triggers a donation back to the animal shelters.
They're able to help the shelter in such an easy way.
It's a way to help remotely, and you know that your money is going to be used well. It really means a lot to be a local bank now. We just try to give back in any way we can.
WNKY News 40 is always on. Visit WNKY.com for your latest in local news, sports, and weather.
34. Weather on the 4th to get you out the door. Brought to you by Deborah Bros Attorneys at Law. It's a frigid start to the morning. You're going to need that jacket early today, but this afternoon you won't need that jacket because it will be pretty nice. Temperatures in the 40s right now generally, but also some 30s out there. 39 in Glasgow and 35 there into Woodbury. Winds are flowing in from the east, all associated with an area of high pressure that is just off towards the east as well. It's keeping things dry for us on radar. There's that area of high pressure that I mentioned that is currently on top of West Virginia. As far as things go today, we should expect pretty nice conditions. We got a mix of sun and clouds and temperatures on the warm side of things. We are going to be approaching the 60s by mid to late morning and then eventually the 70s by this afternoon. We'll be somewhere around the low to middle 70s before we wrap things up for the day. And as we go throughout the day, it's going to be unseasonably warm, and we're going to hang on to that unseasonal warmth as we go throughout the week. I'll show you that with your 7-day forecast coming up in your full forecast in the next little bit, but for now, I'll send it over to Mr. Tommy Modesto.
Thank you, Darius. It is now time for your Monday edition of Sunrise Spotlight. And with me in studio today is my friend Joshua Smith, here to share all the details on how your child can be a teen angel this year. Good morning, Josh. How you doing?
Great. How are you doing?
Not too bad. And you know, teen angel, it's here again. I remember talking about this last year. I can't believe this year has gone by so quickly, but it's such a fantastic opportunity for the teens in our community.
Absolutely. And so with Teen Angel, it's 13 and up kids who are enrolled in Bowling Green City Schools and Warren County Public Schools. So it is just a Warren County program. And right now we're doing registration. So if your family does receive any kind of assistance, they would qualify. But then we can also use your income and qualify you as well for our program this year. But it's a Christmas assistance program for teens in Bowling Green, Warren County, which really sets us apart from all the others where we think Christmas, you tend to think little kids. We do the middle school and high schools, and so it's our way of really helping those who still aren't getting much for Christmas to have that Christmas experience. I mean, it's no fault of their own, and so we're wanting to provide for the middle and high school students.
It is incredibly important, and if I recall, last year you guys were just at Starbucks, but this year you are also adding another place as well. Is that correct?
That is correct, and so that's for our donation blast that'll be coming back on. That'll be set for Friday, December 1st, so that'll be our big money day. We join with Crocker Law Firm, who matches all family donations that come in that day, and so last year was
spectacular. So we're hoping for great things again this year. But right now we are registering, so deadline to register any teens in our area is Friday, November 3rd, so just coming up in about 2 weeks. But yeah, go onto our website at Community Education, COMMED.US, fill out the application. There's information there about what is required. Of course, we want to know everything about the teen. So clothing sizes, everything from head to toe, we asked for it because we want to know, one, because they want to fit in at school. So we cover all the clothes and the shoes and the backpacks and stuff like that. But we also want to do fun stuff. So we ask those questions as well. But then, of course, parents, we got to have good contact information as well to follow up. So
absolutely. And before we head out, again, how can people find more information and who is eligible for this?
Yeah, so it's for Bowling Green, Warren County teens who are enrolled in school. They have to turn 13 by December 31st. So as long as they're enrolled, they qualify. But come on to our website at Community Education, COMMED.US, fill out the online application, and then we'll go from there.
All right, fantastic. Thank you so much for coming in today, Josh.
Thank you.
Absolutely. That was a look at this morning's Sunrise Spotlight. When we return, Darius Mack will have another check of your forecast. We'll be right back.
The nursing home made you an important promise. They promised to be a good home for your loved one and to provide professional care in a safe environment. Now the nursing home has broken that promise and you're left searching for answers. Call us at Hughes & Coleman for a free consultation. If your loved one suffered a serious injury or untimely death while in a nursing home, get Hughes & Coleman and get it done. Call 800-800-4600. Standing up for your loved ones is what matters now.
At Horizon Pace, I have one doctor, not 4 or 5. And if I need to talk to that doctor and he's not with another patient, he'll come and talk to me. Everything's going real good. I come off of about 19 pills down to 7 now, and I love it. I wouldn't do without it right now.
Horizon Pace is the face of your healthcare. Contact us for more information.
Is your search for a new home on hold because of high interest rates and high monthly payments? Jago Homes has your solution with a low 4.99 fixed interest rate and no energy bills for 2 years. You'll enjoy open, spacious living. Your new home is protected with a 210 warranty and backed by our full-time service department. Learn why a new Jago home is more affordable than you think at jagohomes.com, because life is too precious to be put on hold.
Join the WNKY News 40 weather team. Visit WNKY.com to become a weather watcher.
You want to experience the deep passes? The hard hits? The touchdowns? The Couch is the place to see it all.
Hilltopper football hosts the Liberty Flames on Tuesday, October 24th. And it's a blackout. Purchase your tickets today. Go Tops!
It's time, y'all.
Come on! Yeah, girl. Yeah, I know that I would not.
It's a new season from my new home in NYC.
Weekdays at 3 on WNKY NBC 40.
It's 6:40 here on News 40 Sunrise. Thanks for joining us here on this Monday morning. I'm meteorologist Darius Mack with an updated look at your forecast. And right now it is pretty dry out there. It's a clean sweep on radar. The big story, though, isn't really just how clear it is. It's just how frigid it is to start off this morning. Let's check out those temperatures. We're currently into the 40s across the area. Some areas also in the 30s, like Glasgow at 39 degrees, Woodbury there into Butler County at 35 degrees. So there could be some areas of frost out there, especially in those valley areas and those dew points not far from the air temperature. So you're encountering some areas of fog. And again, the potential for some patchy frost out there. Winds are generally light and calm out there, flowing from the east. It's around that area of high pressure. It's going to work to keep things dry for us, and we should remain dry really as we go throughout the next stretch of days. We'll have some clouds that will be thrown at us in the mix today, but otherwise we should expect a nice warming trend as we go throughout the week as well. So the big story is the unseasonal warmth that's on the way to pretty much wrap up the final full week of October, we are going to be expecting some really nice weather this week and above average temperatures. We're going to see numbers at least 5 degrees above where we should be for this time of year, which is normally right around, say, 67 degrees or so to about 70 degrees. We're at that time of year where that average high temperature starts to drop. So notice high temperature trends over the next stretch of days. Yeah, it's going to be pretty warm. There could even be a few days where we're flirting close to 80 degrees, or if not making it to 80 degrees, especially by Wednesday and Thursday. Go throughout the rest of the day today. I did mention some clouds in the mix. Temperatures today will be pretty nice. We're going to be somewhere into the middle 70s by this afternoon. Again, with the mix of a few clouds out there. With those passing clouds overnight, that's going to keep temperatures relatively milder for us. So not quite as chilly as this morning, but we'll see those numbers somewhere into the upper 40s and lower 50s to start the day on your Tuesday. Your Tuesday is looking pretty nice and dry. We've got more clouds in the mix, though, but temperatures, again, above average. We're expecting numbers into the 70s. And as we work our way for late Tuesday into Wednesday, notice we're still remaining pretty dry. We're going to be locked under this ridge pattern, so it's going to really work to kind of keep things dry for us. But notice off towards our north and west, that's where we are seeing some showers and storms there. I am going to be watching for some rain chances at least later this week, but for the most part, it's a pretty decent dry stretch. With the nice weather out there, you're going to want to get out and enjoy the nice weather, but so will those pests. So this latest with PestCast brought to you by Guarantee Pest Control, and notice the activity levels are still remaining quite high as we go over the next stretch of days. Now let's check out that 7-day forecast. By the way, your 7-day forecast is always available on WNKY.com. You can just scan that QR code at the top right-hand corner of your screen. Be sure to follow News 40 weather online and on the air, even when the skies are fair. As we go over the next stretch of days, temperatures are into the 70s. Again, upper 70s Thursday and Friday. We're going to stay in the 70s for the weekend, throwing in some shower chances. There's slight chances by the weekend. We're back with more News 40 Sunrise after this.
Brewster's Real Ice Cream. Fresh flavors. Fresh desserts. Fresh fun. Brewster's. Fresh from farm to cone.
Everyone loves more of a good thing.
And more.
And Miss Moore was no different. As her name suggested, she loved more.
More? More.
So when Miss Moore was injured, she called Morgan & Morgan. With more lawyers, more offices, and more than $15 billion recovered, she didn't have to ask for more anymore. When you're injured, you deserve more.
One more?
Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
Home is more than a house. Wherever you are in your journey of homeownership, German American Bank is here to support you. Our team of dedicated mortgage loan professionals can help you with lending solutions featuring low or no down payment, assistance for closing costs and improvement projects, or even loans specifically for first-time home buyers. We're here to tell you, homeownership is achievable. German American Bank, member FDIC.
Geez. Hey, Trent. What's going on? You've been here for 7 hours.
I'm having problems with San Mateo. This ain't right. I'm coming back tomorrow.
I should have called JB. Trent, gee.
Should have called JB Electric. At JB Electric, when it comes to electricity, we don't mess around. Make the right call. Call JB Electric.
Time to tighten up, South Central Kentucky.
WNKY is your official home for the Tennessee Titans.
Watch our games plus the Coach Mike Vrabel Show and Titans All Access.
Only on WNKY News 40, because local matters.
WNKY News 40 is always on. Visit WNKY.com for your latest in local news, sports, and weather.
Domestic Violence Awareness Month has been officially declared at a state level. News 40 reporter Carlisle Coppins has more on several resources becoming more and more available to domestic violence victims.
October is officially Domestic Violence Awareness Month. Governor Andy Beshear recognizes this month at a state level and signs a declaration to ensure that fewer people are experiencing domestic violence.
I'm going to keep fighting for the inches that become the feet, that become the miles of progress until we build that goal of a safe Kentucky for absolutely everyone.
Domestic violence does not just affect one person. It can also impact families and many more.
Domestic violence impacts societies, and societies should respond. It is meant to be engaged and brought forth into the light of conversation so that victims don't have to feel hidden.
This declaration is giving trusted resources in our community a push to provide safe and secure spaces for victims that may not know what to do or who to run to.
Everyone who is working at Brass holds on to the hope to make their corner of the world a little bit better. To be able to recognize that we get to be the helpers, that we get to be the people that are trusted in our community and walk with a person in their journey.
Some resources that you may find at the Brass are shelter services and counseling services because they recognize that domestic violence does not run like a 9-to-5. And everyone is essential.
And it takes us all being fully committed and getting others committed to build a world where that next generation doesn't face that reality.
In Bowling Green, because local matters, Carlisle Coppins, WNKY News 40.
Coming up next on News 40 Sunrise, I'll take on one local museum that's rumored to be haunted in this week's Tommy on the Town. Plus, the MAC is back with a quick check of your forecast. Don't go anywhere.
Bed sores, broken bones, malnutrition, and dehydration are just some of the warning signs of a nursing home that's not doing what they're supposed to do. If you suspect your loved one is the victim of nursing home neglect, call 800-800-4600.
It goes down in the field. With FanDuel, every night is a watch party. When new customers bet $5 and get $200 back in bonus bets. Bet all the stars with all your friends and tell them that they get 3 months of NBA League Pass on us with any $5 bet. Only on FanDuel. New customers bet $5, get $200 back, plus NBA League Pass on us. It goes down in the field.
As Joe Biden destroys our economy, Andy Beshear defends him.
I don't want to be critical of what the president's doing because at least he's trying. We at least ought to give the president some kudos.
And a big thanks also to Governor Andy Beshear.
He's trying to help us.
Biden's bankrolling Beshear's re-election, funneling $250,000 in donations. Beshear and Biden, or Trump and Daniel Cameron. Trump's choice, our champion. Club for Growth Action is responsible for the content of this ad.
Get a little spooky at the inaugural Pumpkin 5K Run and Walk, October 28th at Buchanan Park. Come out and enjoy character meet and greets, bouncy houses, food trucks, and cheer runners on. For more info, visit warrenpl.org.
Football Frenzy is back in South Central Kentucky.
WNKY News 40 is your home for high school football.
The most schools,
The most highlights,
the most coverage.
Catch Football Frenzy Friday nights at 10 on WNKY News 40.
Name an animal the wife doesn't mind her husband calling her. Piggy. Don't do that.
Family Feud. Weeknights at 5 and 6:30.
The nursing home made you an important promise. They promised to be a good home for your loved one and to provide professional care in a safe environment. Now the nursing home has broken that promise and you're left searching for answers. Get Hughes and Coleman and get it done.
It's a frigid start to the morning. Temperatures are into the 40s generally out there, even some 30s. Take a look at the weather view at the WKU farm this morning. Also noticing some areas of fog out there, especially in those valley areas. It's a clear start to the morning, but we are expecting clouds to roll their way in. Temperatures will be trending much warmer as we go throughout the day. It's currently 38 degrees in Glasgow, 35 there into Woodbury, 46 in Scottsville. And those winds flowing in from the east or or even northeast as well. It's around an area of high pressure that is in control. It's keeping things dry for us as we go throughout the day today. So that is going to be the case as far as things go for us. Now, as we plan things out over the next 12 hours, temperatures this morning starting off the 40s, but notice temperatures will be climbing as we go throughout the day. By mid to late morning, we're into the 60s. We've got a mix of sun and clouds. Temperatures will make a run into the 70s, tracking that unseasonal warmth that is on the way, and that will continue as we go throughout the week as well. That is planning out your day the News 40 way with your 12-hour planner. Your 7-day forecast is going to be coming up a little bit later, but for now, I'll send it over to Mr. Tommy.
It is now time for this week's Tommy on the Town, and we are getting a little spooky this week. I am at the Octagon Hall Museum down in Franklin, and I'm excited to be here because just beautiful history, and they got some ghosts here. And so I am joined by Barry Gaunt to some that you may know himself, the man who runs the whole show. Barry, thank you so much for having me.
Tommy, you're more than welcome.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure to have you here.
Absolutely.
And we're excited to have you come into the house. I'll tell you a little bit of information about the property outside while we're out here real quick. This is a home that Andrew Jackson Caldwell built in 1847, finishes in 1859. It is a pre-antebellum home. It is a very steeped in history location. A lot of tragic things happened here. The evacuation of Bowling Green in February brings 9,000 Confederate soldiers here to this property. 2 days after they leave the property, 5,000 Union soldiers come here on this property. So that's the start of some interesting times. A lot of tragic things happened during that period of time.
Well, I'm excited to learn all about the history and do a little ghost hunting. I'm ready to do some ghost hunting. Let's get on in there. Starting off the hunt, we entered one of the more chilling rooms in the hall, the master bedroom, where during the Civil War it was used for operating on injured soldiers, some who lost only their limbs, others lost their life. On the walls are reminders of those who may be trapped here after death. During my tour, I had a spooky encounter that wasn't enough to keep me from learning more about the hall's rich history, but it definitely caught my attention.
Very interested in her life. Because she ended up in Atlanta. And that's where I'm from.
I see. Did you just zoom in?
No. It's okay.
Freaking out a little on the inside, I'm not even gonna lie.
Yep.
After I heard what I thought was a voice, we continued through the house where you could feel the suffering that many endured through their time at Octagon Hall. However, time was running out for us, and we had to get ready to leave and say goodbye to the hall and to its spirits. All right, so that does it for this week's Tommy on the Town. This has been an absolutely incredible experience. I am not going to lie, I did hear a couple of things since I've been here. So for you non-believers out there, if you want to challenge your belief, this is definitely a place you should probably go. And with that said, people who are interested in visiting, how can they do so and find more information?
They can find more information by going to our website, www.octagonhallmuseum.com. And from there, you can find out about ghost hunts. You can find out about special events. You can find out about our novice hunts we're having in October for fundraisers.
All right, fantastic. Bear, thank you so much for letting me check out the museum. And thank you so much to the Ghost for inviting me into your home. I had a great time. You have a beautiful home. Thank you so much. Well, that was this week's Tommy on the Town. Don't go anywhere. We'll have more News 40 Sunrise right after this.
The UPS store on Scottsville Road is your one-stop for personal and professional services. We offer printing, shipping and packing, notary, mailboxes, and much more. Locally owned and operated. The UPS store on Scottsville Road.
If you've been hurt in a wreck, we want to help.
By getting you as much money as we can, as quickly as we can.
By getting to know you and keeping you informed every step of the way.
And by dealing with the insurance companies and the paperwork and all of the other hassles that just add to your worries.
Call Crocker Law Firm.
It doesn't cost anything to see if we can help.
If you've been injured in a wreck, before you talk to an insurance company, call Crocker Law Firm.
We know you're going through a lot. Reaching out for help should be painless.
You want to experience the deep passes? The hard hits? Touchdowns. How Launch is the place to see it all.
Hilltopper football hosts the Liberty Flames on Tuesday, October 24th, and it's a blackout. Purchase your tickets today. Go Tops!
You never know who you're helping by sharing your story. And black people think y'all look alike. You can be our son.
I love Jennifer. Weekdays at 2 on NBC 40.
You never know who you're helping by sharing your story. Showing girls that anything is possible.
Don't let nobody hold you down.
Teachers make all the difference in the world. And black people think y'all look alike. You can be our son.
I love Jennifer.
I love a good surprise. Oh my God! See the people, they're here for you. Ladies, let's go. It don't matter.
Weekdays at 2 on WNKY, NBC 40. Morgantown, thank you for watching WNKY, NBC 40.
All right, welcome back. And Tommy, so you went to Octagon Hall.
Yeah.
So tell me, you said you...
If you could not tell, I heard something.
You heard something. What did it sound like again?
It was like a deep breath. And here's the thing. Like, it was, yes, it was like it was like right next, it was like directly in my ear. And everyone else there also heard it. So like Grace, the producer, the one behind the camera, I asked her, you could hear, like, did you zoom in? I thought, like, if she zoomed in. Nope, she didn't zoom in. Because you could see she didn't zoom in on the camera. And then, of course, it wasn't the person in front of me. It wasn't Beth. And Bear was also there, but Bear was either in another part of the house, like downstairs or in the basement, or outside. So he wasn't even close to us.
All in the beginning of the tour.
And that was in the beginning
of the tour.
Later on, we actually heard some footsteps of people walking upstairs while we were downstairs. And all four of us were together there. And there was no one else there. And there was no one upstairs. And we heard footsteps walking around us. It was, if you're a non-believer, I'm telling you, Octagon Hall is the place to go if you want to test your belief. And if you are a believer, that is the place to go if you want to hear and maybe see some stuff, because they actually showed me some pictures.
Okay.
And there's this one incredible video that we were unable to get a hold of they had a door that closed by itself. And I mean, I saw it. And it was, I mean, just like by itself.
Just closes by itself every time?
You could see, like, there's nobody there. It was pitch black. It was like, I don't know, like 2 in the morning, maybe. And it just closes. It just closes.
That is, you know, and that's one of the things, like, that when I hear things just in my apartment, I'm just like, whoa, what was that?
It's got to be a ghost, right?
But it's just like... I mean, a whole door closing on its, like, slamming?
Yeah, well, not slamming.
Well,
it closed. It literally just looked like someone had, like, walked out of the room and then just, like, closed the door normally. Like, it wasn't slow. It wasn't really fast. It was just, like, just normally just close it. But, you know, I'm hearing the weather this week is not going to be too spooky.
No, not too spooky. Nothing like Octagon Hall. But we will have some nice weather this week. Temperatures are going to be in the 70s. And we are expecting some warmth and seasonal warmth this week. So it's going to be pretty nice. It's going to be a nice breath of fresh air, Tommy.
All right. Well, thank you, Darius. And thank you all for joining us this morning. We look forward to see you right back here tomorrow at 6 a.m. But do not go anywhere. Your network news is coming up next.